We can start, I think so.
Okay. Hello everyone. Good morning to all of you. Today is the third day of our national workshop. It is on methods and techniques of data collection and analysis of empirical research, organized by RKB Law College in collaboration with All Assam Political Science Association. It is the first session of our third day, and in this first session, we have with us Professor Jiten Hazarika sir, head of the Department of Statistics, Dibrugarh University. He is the head of the Department of Statistics for the second time. Um, his basic area of interest is applied statistics, that is econometrics, population studies, biostatistics, epidemiology, etc. He has been engaged in various research works and published research articles in various reputed journals. He has published more than 30 research papers in Scopus Index journals and more than 100 papers in other journals. I am very glad to inform you all that he has guided more than uh, 15 PhD students and 11 MPhil students. And he was the first Dean of Student Affairs of Dibrugarh University for 5 years. I am also glad to inform you that he has been awarded the Certificate of Appreciation by the um, Cancer um, mm, Research Foundation India for promoting cancer research in Northeast India in 2016. Recently, he has been selected by Cambridge University for LEAP, that is a Leadership for Academician program by Cambridge University for 3 months, and he successfully completed it and came back to Assam in the last January. Um, Today, we are very glad to have him with us, and I feel very privileged to welcome him to our session. Sir, welcome to the session. Sir is going to deal with the topic data, its type and collection, descriptive statistics. In empirical research, we all know that data collection is an important part, and Sir is going to deal with all the aspects of data collection. I think this will benefit all of us. Now, I request Professor Jiten Hazarika sir to take over the platform and to deliver his speech. Sir, you can
Okay.
start now.
Thank you, Miss Bandita
Sir,
Barbara,
thank you.
for your nice introduction.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't
Thank you.
know I am of that position or not.
Yes, sir. You are.
Anyway, I am going to start my session. And at the very beginning, I offer my thanks to the organizers. Here, I have seen in the committee, in organizing committee, is collaboration of many institutions of Assam. It is a good sign for us for collaborative work. My special thanks to Principal Dr. Mrs. Gautami Datta of Dr. Rohini Kanda Barua Law College and all the office bearers of RKB, not APSA, that is All Assam Political Science Association, and all the members of the organizing team. Today's topic of discussion is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Is it okay?
Sir.
Okay.
So we are seeing the slide, namely research process. Oh, yes, sir.
First
This is the
slide.
first one.
Yes, sir.
For all participants, I think it is visible.
Yes, sir.
So, dear participants, good morning to all. That today's topic of interest for me for this session is data. Its type, collection are not possible to cover all the parts, but generally needed for social science research, we will touch. Before going to that, what is research? What is the aim of research? The aim of research is to some better results or some new results, either better or new, with the help of given information, that is literature review, and may not be. Without literature review, that may be original research. Without anything, we can produce something. That is a completely theoretical research, or sometimes some development is there. But generally, in empirical research, we are going to find out some better results, or we are going to compare some results with the existing results and some case studies and so on and so forth. So, what is research process? Research process, first we have to define the problem. I think this part is already covered by some persons, because it is not my part, but just I want to touch. Problem definition. Problem, that means based on research works, we have to identify some problems, some new problems, or in order to get some better results, we have to identify some things. That is problem. Based on this, if there is no problem, question of no solution comes. Now, our big problem is a problem of COVID pandemic. If there is no COVID pandemic, we do not know what is lockdown, what is social distancing, this so and so things are coming to us. So many solution ways are coming, but so far we are not able to success. Again, same thing in any research, we have some problem. According to that problem, we have to frame our objectives of research. Then research design is a very important tool thing, that is research design. Research design, we have to answer some questions with the help of research designs. Then data collection, data analysis, ultimately interpretation and validation of results. In quantitative research, or being a person of statistics, our duty mainly in research design, data collection and data analysis. Now, data analysis, we have to take help of by social scientists. We have to take help of softwares like SPSS or MS Excel. Also, you can use in different things. But one thing always we should remember, that misuse of software is going on now in social science research. Not only social science research, including our subject. Because our subject depends on you. We have no independent discipline. Statistics has no independent discipline. We always depends on you. Because in statistics, there is like physics, like chemistry, like mathematics, there is no problem statistics purports to solve. Statistics always deal with other problems. If a biologist given some problem, you give me some solution how to solve this problem, then we have to take part. That is the biostatistics and these things are coming. Similarly, in economics and mathematical economics, both combining, economics and mathematics combined, it is mathematical economics. But when we are going to test something, because it is based on sample, then we have to take help of statistics. That econometric subject is coming. Similarly, psychometric is coming. We completely depends on you. If your informations are not reliable, our results are also not reliable to you. So we should go ahead like colleague. statisticians should not show their expertise. I am the expert in statistics. I don't like this. Similarly, a person from law, a person from political science, a person from economy, they should not show that I am economist, I am lawyer. Don't. Then it is not correct. We should work together. Otherwise, there will be no solution in the research, and we cannot expect a good research. So, in order to get a good research, some quantitative part is always there. Descriptive research is there. In case of descriptive research, we can describe something. For example, in case of literature also sometimes quantitative analysis are necessary. But in case of literature, generally we use descriptive research. But here, without quantitative techniques, research is generally, in present day situation, in social science, it is incomplete. So, research design is the main part: data collection, data analysis, interpretation of results, and validation of results. These are the research process. And research design, there are different types of research design: experimental design, cross-sectional or social survey design, longitudinal design, case study design, and comparative design, and so on and so forth, because it is not a limited. Many wording and many titles are coming. Now, in research design, a researcher should keep in mind this: where, why, how, and what. That means from where. Are you hearing? Any problem?
No, sir. No, sir.
No problem, sir.
No,
You
sir.
can continue.
Yes. From where we have to collect informations, and why we should collect this information, and how to collect this information, and what are the informations to be collected. In research design, from where, that means in case of case study, in a case study, we specify some region. That means from that region, we will collect the information. We will collect the information there, from there. Where? We are going to study from Assam. Then from where? From Assam. From where? Assam. Why? According to research problems, according to objective, we need information from the Assam. According to our research problems, according to our research objectives, we need information from Assam. That means from where? From Assam. Why from Assam? Because according to our research problem, according to our objective, we need information from Assam. How? That is important. And what? Or before going to how, let us what information we will collect. We have to frame a question in. If it is a primary data, we have to collect. We have to find a schedule. It may be an observational schedule, or some tools we have to fix for collection of data. And what information, then how to collect information. It may be complete enumeration. Suppose your research is confined to a particular small area, then you can collect information from each and every unit of the population. Each and every unit of the population. Then it is said to be complete enumeration. But generally, complete enumeration is not possible. You have taken a problem for the Assam. If you are going to complete complete enumeration, then what happened? Time will going on, you will get, you have to take more time for complete enumeration. It is not possible. In case of census, we apply complete enumeration because in this case, it is inevitable that each and every unit of the population to be studied. But sometimes complete enumeration is not advisable. Why? For example, chemical salt analysis. Chemical salt analysis. If we have to destroy the salt in testing, in that case, if you are going to use whole population, what is the remaining part to use? If it is okay, then what is the remaining part to use? If you apply the complete enumeration, again, you are going to study trees in jungle. You have to cut the tree. You have to cut the tree for testing. If you go for cutting all the trees in the jungle, what happened? You think. What happened? You think. So why we have to take help of sampling. Sampling is the only way. Sometimes some destructive cases are there. For example, in day-to-day life, I have given this example earlier also. আমি ঘৰলৈ কেতিয়াবা কি কৰোঁ? গাখীৰ দৈ ঘৰত এটা কিনি আনো। আনি যদি টেষ্ট কৰি চাওঁ বুলি গোটেই ঘৰটো খাই পেলাওঁ, তেনেহ'লে কি হ'ব? What happened? Ultimately, we have persons from Gorumara in that place. In that side, these cards are very good. So I am going to, that example is coming in my mind. If we destroy the whole thing in testing, that guests are in the drawing room. Guests are in the drawing room. You have taken hold the cards. Then what happens? So only sampling is the way. Many cases. So again, sampling is probability and non-probability. Sampling may be probability and non-probability sampling. In social science, sometimes hidden populations are there. Do you know some hidden population? I have to answer because this platform is not possible to get the answer. So, assuming that you know hidden population. Hidden population means, for example, drug users and persons involved in sexual activities. Drug users. In case of drug users, it is not possible to take a random sample because you have no population frame. So you have to take what? Non-probability sampling. In that case, generally we use respondent-driven sampling. First we select one, anyway, it may be randomly, anyway, one person, by giving money to him, we can make many persons. Then a same system will come, same system, like our same marketing. He will get many units for drug users because drug users are addicted to drugs, so they are addicted to money also. So if you pay something, then they can say, he or she can tell that these are the persons drug users. Then you go to that part. So this is like a branches of trees. So tree diagram you will get, and that is the example of non-probability sampling. Sometimes we take purposively some sampling, that is non-probability sampling, and I will come in the statistical environment regarding sampling. Then, if it is a non-probability sampling, if it is a complete enumeration, then what is this? You will get some facts. This is a facts finding. You cannot draw inference. Social scientists, please don't forget it. If your sample is not random, it is not a non-probability sample, then your conclusion is true for that group only, that particular group only. This is called facts finding. Facts for that case study. Facts for that case study. You don't generalize. Generalization is nothing but inference. You should not tell about the whole population. Suppose you have taken from a panchayat one village. With the help of that village, you don't go to give conclusion. You should not go to give conclusion about the whole population, that is about the child. If your sample is not random, if your village is purposively you have selected, not using proper scientific technique, that village, or it may be more than one village in case of sample, or it may be less than one village also sometimes, if it is whole thing is homogeneous. It depends on, again, somebody says that population sample size depends on population size. It is not correct. Population size may be large, sample size may be small. Population size may not be large, but sample size may be large. It depends on variability in the data. What types of data are there? So that part I will come. So with the help of non-probability sampling, we can give some information that is the facts. This is a research. This is also a research. But you should not use test of significance or that thing, because it is a non-probability sampling. Test of significance is true only for probability sampling. I will come in the statistical inference in the next session, but just I have mentioned it. Fact finding, and it is only fact finding, non-probability. In case of probability sampling, you can draw some inference, you can use test of significance and others. Software will provide result. If it is non-probability sampling, then also if figures are there, software will provide some results. Software will give you results, but it is a misuse of software. So research methodology will provide some procedures, techniques, models used to find the results of research problem is called research methodology. And research techniques may be qualitative and quantitative. Ultimate, our research is what? Either going through qualitative or going through quantitative. Our aim is to what? Take some decision. Decision. Statistics is nothing but a decision-making science. Statistics is a decision-making science, but under uncertainty. Uncertainty. য'তেই অনিশ্চয়তা থাকিব, তাতেই পৰিসংখ্যা বিজ্ঞান থাকিব. Ọনিশ্চয়তা. Uncertainty is there, then statistics is there. Not it is an exact science like other disciplines. Again, uncertainty is where? In social science. Uncertainty is where? In physics. Uncertainty is where? In geology. Uncertainty is in where? Crime statistics, law, and political science. So we have to take part in every field. So quantitative research. Now the question is, mathematics is also coming. Language of statistics is mathematics. Language of statistics is mathematics. So without mathematics, statistics cannot run. So mathematical tools are used in statistics, but not details. Only the tools are necessary for us. So statistics is the science of decision making under uncertainty, and mathematics is the language of statistics. Mathematics is the language of statistics. So without mathematics, statistics cannot run. Without other disciplines, statistics also cannot run. We have mathematical tools. We can provide some techniques, but nobody will going to use it. Then what to do? So our aim is to deal with mainly social science, with the metrology also, with the science, other disciplines also. So the basic aim of, basic aim of this national workshop is to actually familiar with the statistical software. Statistical software. When you are going to use SPSS, first and foremost things, you have to distinguish between variables, observations, and observational units. Variables, observations, and observational units. Variable, what is variable? Which is not constant. Your height is constant, but height, if we take as height, is it a constant? Height is not a constant. Height, your height is constant, But if you take only height, the word height is not a constant. Age is not a constant. Age, height, weight, diastolic blood pressure, price, brand loyalty, these are some variables. And from the variables, we take observations. We take observations. Observation means according to our objective, we collect some information based on that observational unit. From observational unit, we take the observation. Observation means reading in years, reading in centimeter height, weight, readings in kg, diastolic blood pressure, BP readings. There is the one unit is there. And price, collection in rupees per unit. Brand loyalty. Brand loyalty, it is used generally in the economics and commerce. You may be loyal to a particular brand or may not be loyal to a particular brand. For example, we are loyal to Colgate. We say loyal to Colgate. Why? Because when we are going to purchase a Pepsodent, that is a for the teeth, then also we say, please give me one Colgate Pepsodent. That is so loyal to Colgate. So loyal to Colgate. We are so loyal to Colgate. We are going to say when we are going to purchase some others, then also we say as what? Please give me a Colgate Pepsodent. That type of wording we use because we are loyal to Colgate. So why? Colgate is a brand, we are loyal. So why it is? So to some consumer items, we are loyal and some items we are not loyal. For example, Lakme, we are loyal to Lakme, FMCG, fast moving consumer goods. And we are loyal to Lakme. If somebody going to purchase some other company's items, then also say, somebody is going to say, particularly uneducated person, that give me this Lakme. Other name with Lakme, like that. So, like these are earlier Borolin and this type, these are, we are loyal. Some items we are not loyal. And that information are collected from what? Persons. So observational units are persons. Now you see, when we prepare a questionnaire, when we are going to collect information, first we have to think from observational units. That means from which person or which items we have to collect information. Then we have to see the variable, on which variable we have to collect information. Variable is age, reading in years, observation is person. You have collected information from a person. That person, you can ask, what is that age? What is your age? That reading is in years. But generally, analysis what? Observational units or variable. Which one we analyze? We analyze observations. We analyze observation. Reading in years, reading in centimeter, we analyze this thing. But reading in years, age, average load, age or average, then we say about the variable. Our conclusion is about the variable. Study is with the observation. Data we collect from the observational units. You see, we collect information from observational units. Our conclusion is about the variables. And we use in analysis observations. For example, height. We collect information from observational units, that is persons. Persons, height from persons. And we take the height, that means reading in centimeter or inches, whatever, foot, whatever. So reading in centimeter, that is observations. Using that observation, we take summation of this divided by this, that is arithmetic mean or mean we will get, average we will get, but our conclusion is about the height. You see, in research, conclusion is about the height. We use the observations, but collect the information from the observational units. I think it is clear. We collect information from observational units. We collect observations on against variables. Our research is about the variables, with some parameters are related to the variables. So our aim is to study the variables, not the reading in years, not the reading in centimeter. Our aim is to study the help of what? Observational units. Then observational units, and we take the observations. Now come to the data. We are going to say about the statistical data. And if data is not statistical, you can convert to the statistical data. Statistical data means actually quantification of social science research. Investigator have to do different types of data. Our aim is to quantify uncertainty. Quantify uncertainty. To use statistical softwares like SPSS by the social scientists, knowledge of data and in measurement scales are very important. So we have to deal with statistics. We deal with social sciences also in data. This is nothing but statistical data. Data means information, but that information we have to, anyway, we have to convert it to the numerical form. So data means numerical representation in case of quantitative research. In empirical analysis, empirical research, data means numerical representation, and that numerical representation, data are the basic inputs to any decision-making process, any records, descriptive account, or symbolic representation of an attribute. Attribute means you can ask to a person whether you are a male or female. No problem. You can, by just observing, you can write. But that is gender, male or female. But in statistics, to analysis purpose, in statistical software, you have to make it male 1, female 0. Or male, female 1, male 0. That is coded. You have to make it figures. Data are usually measured on a numerical scale or classified into categories that are numerically coded. Always we use quantification of data. That is, we use some figures to indicate data. For example, age in years, then 40 years, 50 years. This is data. Again, sex, male, female. We do not write male, female in case of analysis purpose. In analysis purpose, we use male 0, female 1. Or it's not necessary, not mandatory. Male 1 lakh, female 2 lakhs. You can use this code also. But some code should become, figure should become. So, for appropriate use of statistical procedure requires that we understand the data and the process that generate them. Now, classification of data, there are various types of classification of data, various types of classification. One is based on source of collection. These are familiar with you. You can collect data according to your research questions, according to your research hypothesis, according to your research problems from your side. Then it is called primary data for you. After sometimes, I am going to use your data. You have collected the information. I am going to use this data. Then this is called secondary data. Primary data collected for original study. Census reports. For census organization, this is a primary data. But if we are going to use for other purpose, then this is a secondary data for us. Collected for some other purpose, we are going to use for our purpose. Then it is called secondary. Although shortly written, collected for some other purpose. Collected for some other purpose, but we are going to use some other purpose. For your purpose. Data are not collected for your purpose. You are going, some Some lacuna may be there, some disadvantage may be there, but you are going to use to some extent it will work. You can say. Then you can use this data. Then this is called secondary data. Primary data, some places are there. We know by observation we can collect primary data. Sometimes we have to take in medical science, particularly observation method. Direct personal investigation. Directly you can visit the place and you can collect the information. Because this part is very important. Although in social science research it is very easy, seem to be very easy, but to get real quality data, it is not easy. If you are going to somebody's house, some house, if you are going to ask them that, please, what is your age? What is your name? If you ask like that, then nobody is interested to give correct information to you. Just you sit there, you take time, sit there, you ask some other things. If it is a time of cultivation, what about the cultivation? This type of unnecessary questions, or you unnecessary for them necessary questions. You start with unnecessary questions for you, but necessary for them, and you start with them. With these questions, you go on. Then you can just use your name. আপনার নাম তো কি আসলে? সেই বুলি মানে আৰম্ভ কৰিব লাগিব হাঁহি মাতি। আমি যদি গৈ কথা নাই মানে আপোনাৰ নামটো কি হে? সেই বুলি যদি সুধিবলৈ লওঁ তেনেহলে data collection নহব. It is not the way of collection of data. We need the real data, real information. So why you have to take some polite way. Polite way when you are going to direct personal investigation, then it is not easy. Similarly, indirect oral investigation. Indirectly, you can say in a particular family, from the observation, you know how many males are there, how many females are there. Indirect oral investigation you can do sometimes. Investigation through local agencies, because local agencies are more reliable than you. You are going to visit Dhuburi district from Dibrugarh district, and you are not reliable there. But local agencies are reliable there. You can collect information through local agencies. Telephone interview. Telephonically, sometimes collect information. It is limited to the educated persons. And in that case also, you have to take help of some indirect. Mail questionnaire method. Now, email is coming. Not only earlier, it is mail questionnaire method means we are going to send some post questionnaire by post. Now it is not post to email. So again, it is limited mail questionnaire method. And some schedules you can prepare and throw enumerators also like census. You can give some questionnaire. Another new technique is remote sensing. Remote sensing, it may be aerial photography or by satellite. You can collect some information from particularly erosion, flood affected area. It is not possible to go there. So from that places you have to collect some information by you. That is private data. If you collected that data for your purpose according to your objective, then you can take some aerial photograph. Now aerial photograph is also not working. And what is this? You can take some photograph by person, that is a satellite type of photograph. And remote sensing, now remote sensing, days of remote sensing, you have seen many drone and others are there, and that is nothing but due to remote sensing, these are coming as a byproduct. As a byproduct, these are coming due to remote sensing. In general sense, remote sensing means আমি যেটো অসমীয়াত কওঁ যে এঘৰ মানুহত বহি থাকি ভিতৰত মাংস বনাইছে নেকি আমি স্মেলটোতে গম পাওঁ, সেইটোৱে হ'ল ৰিমোট সেন্সিং। স্মেলটোতে গম পাওঁ মাংস বনাই আছে নেকি। এতিয়া সময় আছে বাৰু খাবলৈ। So sources of secondary data. Now secondary data, there are two sources. One is internal source, another one is external source. Internal source means you can collect some information. It is seem to be primary, but not primary. You are going to visit a shop and you collect some sales record. That information collected by them, shopkeeper. not by you. This is secondary data, but this is the internal source. It is not external source. They have not published it. Marketing activity, cost information, distributor reports and feedback, customer feedback, etc. So and so forth. These are not is limited. So many other things are there. External source like census report, journals, book. These are already published. You can justify that these are already published by somebody in a reputed journal. So we can use it by taking permission from that authors. Publication of statistics department, census data, Indian agricultural statistics data, Reserve Bank of India, some bulletins are there. These are some external sources of secondary data. External sources of secondary data. So data you can collect based on source. You can divide into two parts. One is primary, another is secondary. Primary data, in case of research, according to your objectives, according to your research questions, you have collected data. For you is the primary data. If anybody is going to use your data, that is secondary. And if you are going to use next part, that objective is not included in your study. For you also, your data is a secondary one. Because without keeping that question in your mind, you have collected the information earlier. Now you are going to use that data. Although you have collected that information, this is not primary for you. It is secondary for you. Because according to your research problem, already you have collected data. Now some new research problems are coming. You are going to use same set of data. Then this is secondary for you. Now, internal source, again, secondary data, two sources. One is internal source, another is external source. External source means different publications, but reputed publications, and those who are, if you are going to quote also, you can establish that publications. That is because now ethics is there. And you have to take some permission from the proper authority before going to use in your research. In an internal source, that is, you can collect information from the shops, markets, others. They have already collected that information, daily information. You have taken that information, but you have to take some certificate. Because in your research, that certificate, at least in your file, that should be there. Otherwise, it may be debate in later on. So these are some sources of secondary data. Now, classification of data based on their type. We are thinking about this actually. Qualitative and quantitative. Now you see, statistics, that means quantitative techniques deal with only quantitative data, not qualitative data. Then that definitely question arises. That means statistics cannot study gender, cannot study eye color, cannot study ethnic origin, cannot study nationality. But it is not correct. We can study, we can convert the qualitative data to quantitative one. Already I have mentioned by converting it to the quantitative one. How to make it quantitative? Gender, male 0, female 1. Eye color, according to eye color, you keep some. That is the anthropometric studies. Ethnic origin, this is also anthropometric studies. Nationality, Indian 1, otherwise 0. Quantitative, age is quantitative, blood is quantitative, blood pressure, height is quantitative, weight is quantitative, because we have to take some figures. But that quantitative can be qualitative. But again, that qualitative is quantitative, some differently. Age you can make some interval. One class interval age is that make as 1. Another class interval make as 2. Another class interval make as 3. These are ultimate qualitative data type. But you have used some codes. First age group 1, second age group 2. This in software, that things are important. When you are going to use SPSS, you can make age quantitatively, or you can take age in this COVID cases, suppose age 60 and above is different part, 10 below is also different part, and other part is also different. So we can take two age groups, one from 10 to 60, others other parts, above 60 and below 10, because they are more vulnerable to the COVID-19. So we can make two, instead of using age 60 years, 55 years, 45 years, 47 years, 67 years, we can just use three codes or two codes. One code for age 10 to what? 60 years, below 60, 60 years and above, below 10 years, another code. Combining them, both the groups. They are more vulnerable to the COVID-19. So you can use that qualitative, quantitative, quantitative, qualitative. But we have to use some code. We can make qualitative data also quantitative, because statistics deals with quantitative data only. Another classification, data based on observation, numerical values assigned to the values of the variable. Already I have mentioned, we study the variable with the help of analysis of observation by collecting information from observational units. From observational units, collecting information against the variable, we take some decision using observation. That means we are going to study the height. Height is a variable. We give the conclusion about the height with the help of what? Height of different persons, that is height in centimeters. And from where we have to collect? From the persons. Now, that numerical values assigned to the values of the variable. Variable age may be any value between two limits. Age may be 50 years or 50 years, 5 months. Age may be 60 years or 60 years, 5 months. But number of defects, number of persons in a family, can you say 5.5? The 5 persons and other persons have legs and others have this. Is it correct? Hands and stomach and others. Then you can say like that. So it is not 5.5. It is either 6 or 5. So mathematics, here it is a question of mathematics. If 5.5 and above, then we take it 6. So discrete number of defects, number of accidents, number of persons in a particular meeting, number of villages, these are discrete because only you can count. You can count. When you are going to use statistical software SPSS, these two things are very important, whether your data is discrete or continuous. If it is continuous, then it can take any values between two limits. Height may be 5 feet 5 inches, 5.5, 5.6. Weight may be 40 kg, 40.5 kg. Any two values. But number of defects, 2, 3. Number of accidents, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number of persons in a family, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like that. So this is discrete and continuous. I think it is clear. Now you see, this classification of data is not mutually exclusive. It is overlapping. How you see, discrete data may be primary, discrete data may be secondary. Discrete data may be continuous, discrete data may be secondary. Discrete data, if you are, according to your objective, you have collected the discrete data, then it is primary data. If somebody has collected already, these are discrete data, but you are going to use your purpose, then this is a secondary. So it may be primary, it may be secondary. But for analysis purpose, these are important. For collection purpose, primary, secondary is important. For your source of collection, primary, secondary is important. For analysis purpose, these concepts are important because we take some observations from the observational units against the variables. I repeat again, because when Dr. Manav Kutim Burman is going to explain about the SPSS, then it should be clear. We take some information about the variables, we take some observations, that is meters, kilometers, etc. and age, then it is a height, distinct, the height is variable. And from the observational, it may be persons or some other materials. A statistics population is not limited to human being. It is any population of similar types. Then another classification is there. I think you have seen in these days of COVID-19, we are going to analyze time series data. Time series means this is an arrangement of collected information in accordance with time. In accordance with time. In chronological order. That is in accordance with time. We can collect some information and we can arrange this data. This is the classification of data based on arrangement. We are going to arrange it with the help of time. Time is the variable here. According to time, we can arrange from chronological order means 1981 to suppose 2001. Then cross-sectional data, we are important in point of time. We are in only point of time. Suppose you are going, just you go to that example. This is a time series. March 1, 20, maximum temperature 27.7 degree, 30 degree, 31 degree. This is an example of time series because you see, these are 1 March, 2 March, 3 March, 4 March, 5 March, 6 March, 7 March, 8, 9, 10 March. This is a time series because arrangement is according to time. Then this is a cross-sectional data. Our time is what? 1st of March 2020. That is point of time. This point of time may be a year, particular year. Point of time we can collect information from Dibrugarh district, Jorhat district, Guwahati, and Kolaghat, and so on and so forth. You can take information from each and every, but here time is not important. Important is what? Districts. Sometimes in research, we are going to compare Dibrugarh to Jorhat, Jorhat to Guwahati, Guwahati to some other places. In case of temperature, it is Guwahati, not district wise. This is like Guwahati. So here the maximum temperature is real data 27.7, 30.7, is 31.7, 31.1. That means Guwahati has the maximum temperature is highest among the 1st from March 2020. This is a cross-sectional data because we are not interested with time. In a point of time, we have collected information from Dibrugarh district, Dibrugarh, not district, Dibrugarh, Jorhat, and Guwahati. That particular point. Now, cross-sectional data. This is the full data. Full data. You see that Dibrugarh. You see the Dibrugarh data. What is this? This is a time series. That column you see, this is a time series. Jorhat you see, this is a time series. Guwahati you see, this is a time series. 1st of March to 10 March. But if you see the 1st March data, you forget about the other dates. Forget about the other dates. Only 1st March data. Then what happened? Dibrugarh district, Jorhat district, and Dibrugarh, Jorhat, and Guwahati. Then this is a cross-sectional data. If you go the column, it is a time series. If you go the row, it is a cross-sectional. So why it is combined? Combination of time series and cross-sectional data. So why it is called cross-sectional data. So that type of analysis is also there in the statistical software like SPS. How to analyze time series data, how to analyze cross-sectional data, how to analyze full data. Different techniques are there. So next, there are 4 scales of measurements. This is also important when you are going to use. I will take 5 minutes more now. 4 scales used with variable scales of measurement. I have already discussed about the discrete and continuous variable. Discrete means only count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. Continuous means it can take any values. Dr. Manakpati Burman will repeat again and again when they are going to make a database in SPSS, whether the scale is ordinal, nominal, whether data is discrete or continuous, whether scale is ratio or interval. These type of questions you will get repeatedly. What is ordinal scale? What is nominal scale? What is ratio scale? And what is interval scale? So these four scales of measurements are developed by the psychometrician, not by the statistician. Nominal scale. It is very easy. You see, I have already mentioned gender. Gender is male or female. You can indicate male by 1, female by 0. Or female by 1, male by 0. It is nominal. There is no concept of greater than or less than. Male is more than female. That type of concept is not there. Male is a person, female is a person. In some cases, male is better, some cases, female may be better, and so on and so forth. So many things are there. But you cannot say that male is greater than female or female is greater than male. You cannot say like that. There is no concept of greater than. This is a symbol of greater than. Then there is no concept of greater than or less than. No concept. For example, blood group. Blood group we say as AB or O. Blood group. You can denote by blood group A by 1, B by 2 for statistical analysis, AB by 3, O by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This does not imply 2 is greater than 1. No meaning. You can give A as 4, B as 50, AB as 60, O as 70. You can give. O as 0. You can give. But you don't forget up to the analysis that these are the codes I have used in my analysis, in my database. Because first you have to prepare a database in the software. So there is no concept of this blood group is greater than this, less than this. This type of concept is not there. Quality of a product, good or bad. How much good? How much greater than good? Bad is better than good. Bad good is bad is less than good. No concept is there. But we can classify as one is good, another is bad. This is so the word you see, just you see the word nominal. Nominal. That means nominal. Nominal scale, just you use some codes. In qualitative data, just you use some codes. For example, house code, area code. Area code 813 or 273 or 372. There is no meaning of 813 is greater than 272. One area code is 813. Another area code is 272. You cannot say 813 is greater than 272. This is a code. This is code. Just using more words in your name and less words in my name. Then you cannot say that your name is better than me. You cannot say, or less than me. Cannot say. So these are the things in nominal scale. In ordinal scale, greater than, less than is meaningful. Ordering is maintained. Persons on the things on the basis of the characteristic being assessed. Here the classification produced by the scale incorporate the various important attributes greater than or less. Suppose in a course of study dealing with pain management, patients are asked to rate their perceived pain as none. That means no pain, mild pain, moderate, more than that, severe, more than that. But there is a concept of greater. None means no pain. Mild means some pain is there. Moderate means somehow more than the mild pain. And severe means very severe. So there is greater than, less than concept is there. So here ordering is maintained. In case of, for example, examination. past qualification. Qualification also ordering is maintained. Ordering is maintained. And you see, we will provide some assignment. That assignment answers are from my mouth. In the middle, you can get, but it may not be in the slide. It may not be in the slide. So performance, then interval scale. Interval scale important is do not have a 0 point, true 0 point. You see temperature. Temperature 0 degree means no temperature. There is no temperature. Can you say? You cannot say. Minus some degree is also a temperature. 0 degree is also a temperature. 4 degree is also a temperature. There is 0, no concept of 0 means not 0. True 0 point is not there. That is interval scale. But interval scale is rarely used by the social scientists. Interval scale is used by the, particularly in chemistry, Fahrenheit scale, degree scale, temperature. That is an example of the interval scale. And particularly for anxiety scale, also psychologists use, that is also social scientists, psychologists use that interval scale. It would be valid say that the person with a score of 30 was twice as anxious as a person with a score of 15. 15 is twice. 30 is twice to 15. We can say in case of interval scale. But if difference is not meaningful. In ratio scale, the ratio scale is similar to interval scale with the exception that it possesses a true 0 point. For example, height, weight, age, these are in the ratio scale. Because in the ratio scale, we can use 0. 0 height means no height. 0 weight means no weight. The 0 indicates there is no weight present. The conceptualization of these 4 scales presented above was first formulated in the context of psychometric rather than statistical theory. Now, let us see a questionnaire. I am going to prepare this questionnaire for studying a health status of a community.
Sir?
Yes?
Sorry to interrupt you.
10 minutes.
We had a break for 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay,
we'll start from this questionnaire, and I request participants to think about this questionnaire with the help of scales of measurements. In a variable, which are the variable here, and what are the scales to be used here? Nominal, ordinal, ratio, and interval. You can say. Okay, we stop for 10 minutes.
Okay, participants, please don't leave the Google Zoom room. Wait for 10 minutes. We will be here after 10 minutes break. Okay, sir. Sir, can you start?
শুনি আছো।
Okay, sir. Start কৰিব পাৰো?
নাই 10 মিনিটও হোৱা নাই না, 10 মিনিট বুলি কোৱা হ'ল যে।
ঠিক আছে, হৈছে। The participants have given answer.
Participant আছে কিন্তু 110%.
Sir, দুজন মানে আপোনাৰ এইটো এনসাৰটো দিছে।
কি দিছে?
Suraj Fukan. He writes that for name, religion, occupation, we can use nominal scale. For food habit and marital
Nominal
status.
scale. Nominal
Yes,
scale.
Yes, sir. For food habit
for
and
what variables?
For name, religion, occupation.
Name, religion, occupation.
Yes, sir.
Actually, name is nominal, but name is not necessary here. Name is only for identification purpose, not for analysis purpose.
And he also writes that for food habit and marital status, also use nominal scale.
Yes.
For age, we can use ordinal scale.
Age ordinal, or also it is in continuous, so it is a ratio scale also.
And Ditul Lahon, he writes that for sex, educational qualification, religion, marital status, we may use nominal scale. Yes.
Marital status, nominal scale, yes.
Dr. Lavanya Das, he writes that sex, religion, mobile number, marital status, these are nominal scale.
Nominal scale. Good. As a whole, good. Because participants, at least, they have responses.
Yes, Suraj Fukan also writes that for income, we may use ratio scale.
Yeah.
The same is from Dr. Lavanya Das also. Income is ratio scale.
I think I can start.
Yes, sir, you can start.
Okay. Now, dear participants, actually from your responses, I am happy. Actually, you have rightly pointed out some variables in a right basket. In the right basket. So, but first of all, name is a non-executable statement. It is optional. Sometimes name is optional. You cannot disclose the name in case of particularly demographic analysis, or as I have mentioned in the past, that type of analysis that is hidden population, you cannot mention the name. So name is not in the purview of analysis. Next, age. Age, somebody says that nominal, but if you take age in years, it is a continuous variable. So no question of nominal or ordinal coming. It is in the age is in the scale what? Ratio scale. Because age of 40 years and 20 years, if you compare 40 by 20, is it twice of that. 40 years person is twice of that 20 years. So it is meaningful. So it is ratio scale. But you can compare, you can convert the age to the ordinal scale also by giving some class interval. It is also correct. But it is here, if you take age directly, then it is in the scale of what? Not ordinal, it is in a ratio scale. It is a continuous variable. But you can convert it, no problem. You can convert it. And in SPSS, sometimes you have to use age as age. Sometimes you can convert age to some categorical variable, ordered variables. Sex is male or female, so it is a nominal. You can use 0 or 1. Sex is a variable. Mobile number. Mobile number. Is it necessary for analysis? Not necessary. To collect some information, repeat information, sometimes mobile number is necessary. So in case of COVID-19, mobile number is must because we have to inform whether he is positive or negative. Educational status. Educational status is a order 1, illiterate, then up to SSLC, SSLC and above. If 3 categories are there, then it is ordering. This is ordering. So we say educational status is a variable. We say it as ordinal variable. It is in ordinal scales, not ordinal variable, ordinal scales. Data are in the ordinal scales. Occupation. Occupation is also nominal scale. Religion. Religion, as you have mentioned, is correctly mentioned by you, some participants, that it is a nominal scale. You can give Hindu as 0, Muslim as 1, others as 2, and so on. So this is the, or Hindu as 2, Muslim as 1, others as 0. Anybody you can use. That nominal means it is interchangeable. Any figure you can use. This is just a code, just a code. Instead of name, just a code figure. Monthly income. Monthly income is a continuous variable because it may be rupees per paisa, maybe there. So monthly income is a continuous variable. It is in a ratio scale. It is in a ratio scale. Monthly family income. It is wrongly written actually. Monthly income and monthly family income are not different. It is wrongly written. Just you see the next one. Oh. What happened?
Sir, you must share your screen again.
Screen sharing is not working.
Prasenjit.
Screen is not coming. Why?
Yes, sir. I am calling Prasenjit. Sir, I think you can start now.
Slideshow is coming or not?
Uh, you can start now, sir.
Lights are not coming.
Sir, you select the PPT.
PPT is coming or not?
Still not coming, but
But here it is shown you are screen sharing.
sir, you go to the PPT. Sir, you click on the PPT. You click on the PPT.
PPT to ke bisai po na ke.
Yes, sir, it's coming. Visible now.
Okay. It is not coming.
Yes, it is coming now.
Now come to this one. And One part is coming here. There is no technical person there.
No, sir. I called Prosenjit, but he did not receive the call.
Two photographs are actually in the
But we can see your
slides.
skin.
Skin is clear or not?
Yes, sir, it is clear.
It is clear. For me, actually not clear. Two persons are coming here in the side. Anyway, so in case of sex, male may be 1, female may be 2. As I have told, male may be 0, female may be 1, male may be 10, female may be 3. So it is in nominal scale. And mobile number is as it is. Educational status, illiterate 1, primary 2, up to high school 3, higher secondary 4, graduate 5, postgraduate 6, professional 7. No, not applicable as 8. Somebody says that not non-response are there. You have to omit that portion in case of analysis. So here we have made in educational status so many classes. Accordingly, this is the ordered variables and ordered scales. Variable is educational status. It is a qualitative variable in ordered scales. So ordinal scale. So you can make it compact also. Illiterate 1 up to SSLC 2 and SSLC above as 3. You can make according to your analysis. It is depends on your research problem. Occupation. But when you are going to collect information, just you write the educational status as well as code, because you can use them for further purpose also that data. This is called code book. Earlier one is a questionnaire or schedule. It is called code book. In code book is more usable in now in collection of data also. Using a laptop, you can collect information directly from the respondents using this type of questionnaires. So occupation, cultivation 1, service 2, and homemaker 3. So ultimately it is a nominal scale, not ordinal scale, because there is no question of order. Service is not greater than the cultivation. Homemaker is not greater than the service or not less than the service. Daily wage earner are not less than the homemaker. Like that. There is no concept of greater than less than. So occupation is a variable. It is in the nominal scale, not ordinal scale. Religion also in the nominal scale. Monthly income. Monthly income, I have made it nominal. No, ordinal. Order scale. Ordinal scale. How ordinal scale? Up to 5,000, 5,000 to 10,000 these are ordered, because up to 5,000 is less than the 5,000 to 10,000. So there is ordering. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in case of collection of information. But instead of that, you can take the directly monthly income also. After that, you can make statistic using software. You can make this type of interval also. So in case of monthly income, you can collect data according to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you can collect the actual monthly income. Then this is a continuous variable monthly income. Here we have made it ordinal scale. We have collected. Although monthly income is a continuous variable, we have collected information in ordinal scales. Monthly family income. Monthly income of that, actually it is correct, monthly income of that particular respondent and monthly family income. As a whole family income, it may be joint family, nucleus family. Some other components may be there. Here, this is just a hypothetical question. Food habit. Vegetarian 1, non-vegetarian 2, not applicable is 3. Not applicable is generally not come. Marital, because others, always others should be there in case of using computer software, because some missing observation may come. Marital status. Married 1, separated 4, divorced 2, widowed 3, unmarried 5. So you can use this code, but it is not necessarily that married should 1, divorced should 2, widowed should 3, separated should 4, unmarried 5. It is not mandatory. Do you have hypertension? Either yes or no. It is a nominal scale. Do you have is there any history of heart disease? Yes, no, this is nominal scale. So generally in qualitative data, we use nominal scale. If it is ordering is possible, then we take the ordinal data. And quantitative data make in ordinal scale also. That like monthly income, like monthly income, and what is this? Other one is monthly family income, and we can make it ordinal scale. Although it is not mandatory, you can take as it is income, family income, as it is income of the respondent, according to your interest. Sometimes family income is only necessary, income of the respondent is not necessary. Here we have assumed that respondent is a particular category. So income is important. Sometimes income is not important, family income is only important. It depends on your research question, not on you, to the social scientist. According to your objective, you have to frame the question, and you can test the questionnaire before going to actual survey. This is called pilot survey. Actual going to the, if any their lacuna is there, you can test it. Before going to use your questionnaire in the actual survey, you can use your questionnaire in other way in your study by take a small study that is called pilot study, pilot survey. You can use pilot survey also. Based on pilot survey, you can determine the sample size also. So many things to be discussed actually here. Now you come to the subject statistics as a whole, and what part you need. Statistic is descriptive statistics in broad sense, inferential statistics. There is two parts. In inferential statistics, there are two parts. One is estimation, another is hypothesis testing. Being a social scientist, we are interested with descriptive statistics as well as tests of hypothesis. Inferential statistics, tests of hypothesis, not but the estimation. Estimation is generally a theoretical part. That part is the role of actual statistician role is more than you, not your role. They have to provide some good estimate to you. Like we use some, in many cases, arithmetic mean, that is generally known as average. That is the estimate, estimator. Now, why we use this? That particular measure should follow some properties. It is called unbiasedness and efficiency, and that type of, if you are not interested to know, I know. So that part is in the estimation part. Estimation will provide some good estimate. Why we use median? Why we use a mean? Why we use mod? That question give by estimation. But knowing that, you can use this testing of hypothesis, inferential statistics. Descriptive statistics, what is descriptive statistics? We are going to describe your data set, collected raw data. You are going to describe it. You have suppose thousands of data, lakhs of data in your head. Now it is possible to collect lakhs of information from secondary data in website. So, but if you put that whole lakh of data in a so many pages, can you understand everything? Can you understand anything? You cannot understand. So, in a compact form, using some statistical tools, we are going to present some salient features, some prominent features of that particular data set. That is nothing but descriptive. We know a cricket persons, cricketer. He scored one day match is 40, another 50, another is 40, 50, 60, like that. Instead of that, adding all this, dividing by number of tests, if you give one figure, this is the average score. We can expect that the player is within this this scope, within this scope. So you can give some conclusion or some idea about the data using some descriptive measures. So that is called descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics is going to describe a data set. The summarization and exposition of important aspect of data set is called descriptive statistics. This is the condensation of data in a compact form. That is in a graphical presentation or diagrammatical presentation, numerical indicators of center and variability, etc. But you see that diagrammatical representation is nowadays not so much important. Graphical is important. Diagrammatical is not important because almost all persons are now educated. Diagram will show that this one is more, this one is less. Ultimate, everything is same. Everything is same. You are not going to, using diagram, you cannot analyze the data. Using graph, you can analyze the data. Because in the day of Saraswati Puja, we wear, particularly female, wear many well dresses. But if your name is Rani Mukherjee, you are Rani Mukherjee. You are not changed. You are not changed on that day of Saraswati Puja. Your everything is okay. Everything is excellent. The diagram is like that. But graphical representation is important because using graphs, we can study the different characteristics of the data already collected. So, describing data set, descriptive statistics, for descriptive statistics, we use some tables, graphs, first classification, then tabulation of data. Then we can use some graphs. Using graph, we can compare. Graph means it's the exact scales, graphical use. And that will provide by you statistical software. But you have to interpret the results. Or otherwise, you can take help of us. Because collaborative work is nowadays more advantageous. Examination of the overall shape of the data in important features, including differences from this, scanning the graphical data of any usual observations, etc. Now, computation of numerical measure, like a typical representative value of the center of the data, amount of variation present in the data, rates, ratios, percentage, using functional relationship. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Other data is 1, 4, 9, 16. That means what? And go on. 1 is 1 square. 4 is what? 2 square. 3 is what? 9 is what? 3 square. 16 is what? 4 square. That means instead of writing this, we can just write y equal to x. We can present in a very compact form. Y equal to x square. If you square x, you will get y. X values of x are from 1 to 1000. You can give that this. So this is the just summary, using summary statistics. You can use that using a model. Y equal to x square is said as model. This is a quadratic model. Using that model, you can present the whole data set in a very compact form. In a very compact form. That is called descriptive statistics. Now, you know, these are in the schools, these are familiar with you, but in social science research, you are also going to use, now also you are going to use mean, median, mode. My question is mainly, when mean, when median, when mode? Arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean, these are used by that. Arithmetic mean is nothing but we generally say as mean, average, sum of all observation divided by number of observation is the mean. Arithmetic mean is that one. Geometric mean, harmonic mean are used by the economists in geometric mean, and harmonic mean by the physicists. You forget about that. You take as average. Average means mean, means arithmetic mean is generally popularly known as mean. Arithmetic mean is popularly known as mean or average. Now, so mean you know, average you know, sum of the observation divided by number of observations. Suppose you are going to find the average age of your college students. You can take age of each student. There are 200 students. You add age of all divided by 200. That is arithmetic. That is simply known as average or mean. In case of cricket scorer, we take every match score, how many matches he joined, and divided by that number of matches and total of the scores, that is the average. From the average, you can have an idea that that person is near that particular score. That is average. Median. What is median? You have to answer the optional that multiple choice assignments. Median is what? Median is the that value of the variable. I have told already what is variable. Age is a variable, height is a variable. Height of different persons, age of different persons are there. Median is that value of the variable which divide whole set of data into two equal parts. The median is one value. It divides whole set of data into two equal parts. This side 50%, this side 50%. This is the median value. This is the median value. This side 50%, this side also 50%. Data are there. This is called median. That means this is the median value, and this side 50%, this side 50%. And after arranging the data in ascending or descending order of magnitude, either from smallest to largest or from largest to smallest, you arrange the data and you take that value which divide whole set of data into two equal parts. That is called median. But if two values are there in the middle, if it is a 7, 8 observation, then you will get two middle observation. If 7 is 7 observation, then you will get only one observation. If 8 observation, you will get 2 observations. Then you have to take average of these two. Sum of these two divided by 2. That is median. Median is the that value of the base which divide a whole set of data into two equal parts. So median is used generally in qualitative data. Mod is also used in qualitative data, categorical data, particularly categorical data. Mod means, for example, you see mod. You are going to collect information on sexes. Either you will get 0 or you will get 1. Suppose there are two persons. One is male, another is female. So one is 0, other is what? 1. 0 plus 1 equal to what? 1. Divided by 2 equal to what? 0.5. Is it meaningful? If you use the mean, arithmetic mean, average, sum of the observation divided by number of observations. Male is 0, female is 1. 0 plus 1 divided by 2.5, whether it is male or female. Because the data should represent by either male or by female. Representative is either male because we are going to use representing data. We are going to use descriptive statistics to represent the whole sets of data. We are going to represent whole sets of data by 0.5. What is the meaning? Male 0, female 1, but we have got the mean 0.5. So in that case, mod is used, not mean is used, not median is used. Mod. How many times male is occurred? How many times female is occurred? So in a set of data, male is occurred, suppose 7 times. Female is occurs 11 times. Then mod value is what? Against 11 frequency. That is what? Female. Female is the mod value. That means that group is representing by more females than the males. So female is a representative one. We can select female as a, because by central value we are going to represent the data set. Here in case of qualitative information, if you code it 0, 1, male, female, otherwise if you write male and female, male plus female divided by 2, what is the meaning? That is average is no meaning. So we use the mod value. Mod is also average, but that is going to represent that exactly the variable values. Male or female are there, male and females are there. Female is the representative for the whole group because female has more frequency, that is 11, and male has what? 7. So it is more representative one. But otherwise, in qualitative data, generally we prefer median. Qualitative data, median is preferred. In ordinal data, median is preferred than the mod. But in such type of situation, only mod is used. Other values are not used. Next. Now the question is, you know standard deviation. In school also you have got the standard deviation. Now the question is, why question of standard deviation coming? We are representing the data, whole set of data by using what? Using mean. Using mean. It may be mean, it may be median, it may be mod. That means measures of central tendency. Using central tendency, we can represent the data. Why the equation of dispersion is coming? Thus, you take an example. Depth of a river. Depth of a river is supposed 3 feet. Average depth of a river is 3 feet. Your height is 5 feet. There is no current. There is no current in the water. You can cross the, you do not know how to swim. You do not know how to swim. You do not know how to swim. No current in the river. No current in the river. Average depth of the river is 3 feet. Your height is 5 feet. I think you can cross the river by taking. Now the question is, average is 3 feet. Average is 3 feet. Some places may be there, depth may be 7 feet. 7 feet. You see, Sachin Tendulkar score, average score. His average score is near 50, I think. But he many times he scored more than 100. But average is what? Near to 50. So in a particular place, depth may be 7 feet. Your height is 5 feet. You do not know how to swim. But there is no current. Then you cannot take depth. So this is the situation. Just knowing arithmetic mean or mean median, you cannot represent the whole set of data. So other measures are required. So what happened? You see this set of data set. First set of data set. All values are 15. Set A. All values are 15. Total is what? 135. All values are 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That is increasing. Again, total is what? 135. Average is 15. Because there are 9 observations are there, I think. 9. 9 observations, 135 by 9. Sum of the observation is 135 by 9 equal to 15. So average is 15. Third set, C also 3, 6, 9, 12. Suppose this is the scores of the students. Marks. Then suppose 15 is the pass mark. In the last set, 4 students failed. In the second set, how many students failed? Again, 4 students failed. In the first set, no one is failed. Or cricket score, there is a consistency in the first set. Second set, no consistency. Third set, no consistency. Third set, variability is more because after 3 to 27 scores are there. In the set of B, 11 to 19 scores are there. To some extent, it is acceptable. B set is acceptable. A is very good, B is acceptable. But C is from 3 to 27, sometimes 27, sometimes 3 only. So it is not good. But arithmetic mean will what will say? You see, arithmetic mean in case of data set, 15, 15, 15. Then what is your conclusion? All the data sets are alike. But is it correct? Just you see the diagram. Three graphs. One is 15, 15, 15, 15, straight. Another one is increasing. Another one is also increasing, but in a flat form. One is like this, one is like this, one is just straight like this. 15, 15, 15. These three are same set of data set? Not same. In case of player, one is 15, you can more bet on that. Because you can expect at least 15 runs from him. But in the third set of data, sometimes 27, sometimes 3 may be there. So you have no faith on him. Second set also to some extent, some faith is there, but that is also not consistent. But first set is consistent one, all scores are same. That means less variability is there. So the question of standard deviation, measures of dispersion coming. Measures of dispersion, there are various measures are there, range, interquartile range, and interquartile range is used in quality control in the industry and other thing. So what happened? We are going to calculate the dispersion. This is the central value. How different values are scattered from the central value. How dispersed from the central value. If dispersion is less, like the example of crossing the river, if dispersion is less, you can cross by taking rating. Otherwise, you may not cross if variability is more. So what question of one measurement is coming. That measurement is under the measures of dispersion. So now you see what happened. In case of first set, what is this? In case of first set, it is 0. Dispersion is 0. If you use the standard deviation formulas, no need to know formula because you can give the SPSS, but which statistics you usable? Why usable? That is, I am going to say. Mean alone cannot say about the data. With variability, you can say. If mean is this figure and variability also less, mean is same, mean same, 3, 4 set. But variabilities are different from set to set. Generally, we take the less variability data, that is called less set. So, in the first set, what is the first set? It is 0. Second set, I have actually not seen due to a photograph. Second set, I think it is 2 point something, and third set, 7 point something or last thing. That standard deviation. Have you noticed these figures? Last figures? 0. Anybody? Have you noticed the figures? Last figures, last column.
Yes, sir.
0, these figures. Okay. So that is variability is less in case of first set. So why? If 15, 15, 15, this is a consistent data set. So only measures of central tendency, we cannot give the conclusion. The question of measures of dispersion also coming. These are routinely coming in your statistical software. But what is the use of this? That is important. Now, so measures of dispersions are range, quartile deviation, mean deviation, and standard deviation. But generally, we are interested with standard deviation. Standard deviation because it will provide about the variability of data, how different values are scattered from the central value. You are going to represent the average, how different values are scattered from the average. That is called dispersion. Standard deviation is used. Now, another measure is coming, coefficient of variation. Why coefficient of variation? You see, standard deviation. Standard deviation, if it is in the centimeter, your result is in the centimeter. Another set of data, if its result is unit is kg, then result is also kg. Can you compare centimeter and kg? You can't. You can't compare centimeter and kg. Centimeter is 0, kg is supposed to. You cannot say that data set is less variability because one is in centimeter, another is in kilogram. So you are going to compare two sets of data sets. One is height, another is weight. Height and weight, in which set variability is more, you are going to compare with the help of standard deviation. But it is not a meaningful one. One is centimeter, other is in what? kg. You cannot compare it. So in order to make it unit free, no units, unit free, we take another example, that is another measure, statistical measure, descriptive statistic, that is called coefficient of variation, which is generally denoted by CB. Coefficient of variation is the ratio of standard deviation to mean. In upper side, standard deviation, in below, mean average into 100%. Percentage sin is not there, 100%. Because 100% means 1. 100% means 1. 100 by 100. 100 by 100 means 1. You can multiply 100 by 100, no problem. So it is 100%. Percent sin means should be there. Sign should be there. So sigma by x bar into 100. Now you can compare two sets of data set. Coefficient of variation, using coefficient of variation, you can compare two sets of data sets in a two measurement scale. But you see, being a social scientist, sometimes standard deviation is enough. You should not use coefficient of variation. If both are in centimeter, two sets of data you compare, you have to compare height of a particular community and height of another particular community. Then both are in centimeter. Unnecessarily, you should not use it. Computer will provide you a result. You are going to use coefficient of variation. What is the meaning? Standard deviation you can compare. Less standard deviation means less variability. Here, coefficient of variation is used due to two measures in that two units. One is centimeter, other is kilogram. I think it is clear. Then, again, question arises skewness. In software, you will get some values, skewness and kurtosis. What is this actually? Now, it is not possible to calculate. Dr. Manapati Burman will calculate. That frequency distribution 1 and 2, two sets of data are there. You see, data sets are not exactly same. Data sets are not exactly same. Is it same? No. So, what happened? Let us calculate frequency distribution at the mean, what? 15. Standard deviation is 6. For both the data set, if you calculate, you will get mean 15, standard deviation 6. That means both the data sets are same. You have not observed the data. Your only descriptive statistics are there. I have told that using descriptive statistics, we are going to present the data. But you are going to present the two sets of data. One having mean 15, another having mean 15. One having mean 6, another having mean 6, or standard deviation 6. Mean 15, again mean 15. Standard deviation 6, again standard deviation 6. That means both the data sets are same. Correct. From that point of view, correct. But you see the graph. One data set is like the upper is more, the other is flat. Other is flat. Not the data sets are same, but mean and standard deviation both are same. If mean standard deviations are same, coefficient of variation calculation is also same, because standard deviation by mean into 100%. So what happened? Coefficient of variation also same. So no question of coefficient of variation arise now. Both the data sets seem to be same. Seem to be same by the descriptive statistics measure. But from the graph, it is clear that both the data are not same. So the question of skewness and kurtosis is coming. Thus, two measures, central tendency dispersion, are inadequate to characterize that completely. Hence, they must be supported by two more important measures like skewness and kurtosis. Skewness is, literal meaning of skewness is lack of symmetry. Symmetry, we mean frequency increases gradually, attains a peak point, then gradually decreases. That is, kurtosis is the flatness or peakness of the curve. You see, middle curve. That is normal one. You see, frequency increases gradually, then peak point, then again gradually decreases. If you draw a perpendicular, draw a line from the middle, you both sides you will get 50%, 50% of that. But all the three curves are of the same characteristics, but one is more flatter than the other. More flat than the other. So one is more, that is called leptokartic. Normal is called mesokartic, other is called platykartic. Your in the software result, you have come with the result leptokartic. What is this? Sir, what is this? Leptokartic. What is this? Then you imagine this graph, this diagram. That means one is more flat, one is less flat than the other. Mesokartic is less flat than the leptokartic, and it is more flat than the platykartic. Normally, generally, we expect frequency increases gradually, attains a peak point, then you see the marks. In the marks, so many students are in the near 30 marks in English, suppose, particular subject. In major subject, it is different. Then again gradually decreases. In the lower part, lower percentage of students, and higher, when go on, you will get more students, then automatically it decreases. In highest mark, it is decreases. So this is the situation in case of this. So these questions are coming. Finally, so we will get scale type what? Nominal. In case of nominal, we use mod, and chi-square is for test of significance. Ordinal, median, percentile. If it is ordered data, then we use what? Median, percentile. Interval, mean, standard deviation, correlation, regression, etc. Ratio, all statistics permitted for interval scale, plus the following geometric mean, harmonic mean, coefficient of variation, logarithms, etc. So you can use this table. Which statistic is permissible in which situation? You should not use in case of nominal case. I have got some research scholars. I have met some research scholars that they come with average of 3 point something. But what is this? It is the average of Likert scale. Likert scale average. How? It is a ordered scale. From disagree to highly agree. Likert scale, you have heard about the Likert scale. So many of you, some person from maybe from the Department of Education, Psychology. So you know Likert scale. And in our Maruti and other cars and others, they are using Likert scale. Likert scale, that is disagree to highly agree. 5 scales generally, 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you take average 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, you will get the average of 3.5. It is correct, but it is not usable here. This is the ordinal scale. So you have to use sometimes median. So nominal, you have to use mod. So you don't forget it. And accordingly, test statistics are there. If you use the statistical software without knowing it, you can use, but that paper may not be accepted by the Scopus journal because of misuse of statistics in that data. So proper use of statistics is necessary. And particularly, another important thing is necessary. That is, I am going to mention in the next session tomorrow regarding the analysis. Now, what we have learned from this session. So what is research design in very brief? That what, where, how, why. I have answered this from where do we collect information, how to collect information, how to mean sampling or complete enumeration, whether it is a fact finding or it is a complete analysis. That is inference we are going to draw. That is that part. Just briefly, I have discussed in addition to the other persons already. My predecessors, not Burman. Other predecessors may discuss about the research design, I think. Otherwise, research design will take more time for discussing. And different types of data, that is primary data, secondary data. time series data, cross-section data, pool data, discrete data, continuous data, and different types of data we have discussed today in this session. Next, we have discussed 4 scales of measurement. 2 scales with discrete data, 2 scales with continuous data. 2 scales with discrete data means what? That is nominal and ordinal scale, and other 2 scales with continuous data that are what? Ratio and interval scale. We have introduced before you, and these are necessary for the purpose of using statistical software in the next session by Dr. Manapati Burma. And some importance of descriptive statistics in quantitative research. Descriptive statistics, so mean, where mean is usable, where median is usable, where mod is usable, and where it is not permissible, that type of things are there. And misuse and use, misuse and not proper use, it will actually damage the statistics as a subject. You don't forget it. Misuse, not proper use, will damage the subject statistics. It is a challenge for us now. So before going to use the statistical software, you must know what are the different types of data, what are the scales of measurement you have used in your data, and importance of descriptive statistics in quantitative research, which descriptive statistics you can use in what situation, and these are the about everything. And actually there is no scope of physical physically asking some questions from to interaction with you. So actually I am not happy with this type of classes, because I always prefer blackboard and one-to-one correspondence with students, one-to-one correspondence with teachers, one-to-one correspondence with research scholars. Anyway, somehow I try to maintain this class with this online mode. And for this session, I again offer my thanks to the principal and other organizing members of this committee. And with this, I want to conclude this session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. There was one question from Dolomani Vaishya, though it is not related to directly data. He asked in research arc whether researchers need to prepare the chapters and findings of the study on the basis of objectives.
Please repeat.
In research arc, whether researchers need to prepare the chapters and findings of the study on the basis of objectives.
Whether researchers
need to prepare the chapters and findings of the study on the basis of objectives.
Yes, it is not related to today's discussion actually, but if it is well and good, if according to objectives you can prepare your chapters. For one objective, one chapter, sometimes you have to combine 2 objectives also in a particular chapter. Or for a particular objective, there may be some two chapters, but generally not preferable. But you can combine 2 objectives in a particular chapter. But you see, there is a difference between process of research in Dibrugarh University and Guwahati University. In Guwahati University, there is a stage of final stage presentation. In that case, they can change the objectives also. But in our Dibrugarh University, there is no provision. But I think doctoral committee can do this. Doctoral committee can change this objective, and in addition to your question, actually, chapter-wise findings is good, actually good. Chapter-wise, objective-wise, chapter-wise. Each objective, one chapter. Each objective, one chapter. Or you can combine 2 objectives in a particular chapter. In the introductory part, you have to write about the objective. In the first chapter, you have to write the objective. And again, in a particular chapter, your specific particular objective you have to write. The thing is, my advice is like that. So there is a difference between university to university, some method, and supervisor to supervisor also. But it is advisable from my side. Any more question?
No question. I think all the participants really enjoyed the session, and they are really benefited by this session. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
You had made a very good presentation with your smiling face, and thank you so much, sir. I hope tomorrow we'll have another good sessions from you. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. I always prefer positive thinking.
Yes,
Positive
sir.
thinking. Then you can in a smiling face. Positive thinking is always there. Because during the time of COVID-19, if you have positive thinking, then কি হব অসমীয়া যদি কয় বিকৰ্ষণ হ'ব যদি নিগেটিভ থিংকিং হয় পজিটিভ যদি কোভিডত পাই যায় আকৰ্ষণ হৈ যাব গতিকে আকৰ্ষণ নালাগে আমাক বিকৰ্ষণ লাগে গতিকে ইউ
Yes, sir.
make it always positive. So I am always in the smiling mood.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much,
We'll
sir.
meet again in the next month.
Sir, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, dear participants, sir will give us an assignment. You will find it in your Google Classroom. The next session will be from 3:30 p.m. and you will get the link in your Google Classroom. You will be notified before the session. So thank you all the participants. Thank you.